Well, are you looking forward to it?
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So we're off to the little Qualicum hatchery. We went to the big Qualicum hatchery last year, and no idea what to expect there, but we thought we'd have breakfast on the way. We're going to watch the beginnings of the salmon run, and we were at the big Qualicum a week ago, and we noticed a lot of people fishing there, and there were pinks and Chinook running. It's still early September, turkey vulture, early September, and so the chum and the sockeye and coho, they come a little later, but these are all different species of salmon. And so yeah, I thought I might even dip one of my GoPros underwater and see if we can get a good shot. So we're going to try a new place for breakfast. So we're coming into Qualicum, and I don't know if we're going to make breakfast in time. It's 10:41 right now, and they say they stop serving at 11, so we'll see. But more about the salmon. What do you remember about salmon as a child?
Yeah, I remember catching fish on the riverbanks of Kitsault way up north, and I was so small that I couldn't reel it in, so my dad would just tell me once I had a fish on the line, just run up the bank. So I'd run up the bank, and then the salmon would be flip-flopping on the beach of the shoreline of the river, and he would dispatch it for me and send me off to go catch another one.
Dispatch it? What does that mean?
Yes, very sad, but
yeah,
it provided good food for us. And
so you said you were up in Kitsault. Where is that? Because most people won't know where Kitsault is.
It's up near the Alaska border. So in those days when we went, you either had to take the Northland Prince, which was a big ship, a big freighter that went in once a week delivering supplies, or you had to fly in with a float plane and charter a plane to take you in. There's a road now, but it's pretty rough. So yes, it was an old molybdenum town, mining town. And
so you could only take the bare essentials up there, so that's why you had to fish?
Yes, that's right. We would bake our own bread. My mom would store the eggs under what was called water glass in buckets, and yeah, we would collect berries, we would fish.
So this fishing wasn't for fun, it was for survival?
It was for all of our meals, yeah.
And do you know what fish they were?
Dolly Varden trout we would catch, as well as I believe it was coho salmon we would catch. And we learned from an early age to clean the fish, gut them and clean them, and my mom would cook them up and share with all the old Norwegian old-timers that lived in the little town of Alaskan, which was just across the bay of Kitsault. There were a lot of old fellas there that were silver miners back in the 1920s and 30s, and then when the Second World War broke out, the town became a ghost town. It's pretty cool. We used to go there every summer.
So my upbringing seems really mundane compared with yours. I grew up in Hampshire and Surrey and down in Cornwall for a little bit. Yeah, no, that sounds very exciting compared with mine. Now, I'm not sure where we're going. Do you know which road this is on? Okay. I remember it being... Oh, here it is. The village eatery.
Okay, good job.
There it is. Just stumbled across it.
Off I go.
Can leave my camera on the...
Sounds good.
On the bike, because we should be able to see it, you see.
Perfect.
This is the plan. We should be able to see someone take it, is what we should be able to see.
Well, that's always fun. You see you running down the road.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Leave her in gear. Gives me a little extra time when someone tries to take off with her and it won't start. So here we are in the village eatery, and well, what are you having?
I'm having some scrambled eggs made from a local farm, Springford Farms, some veggies, which is good, and a cappuccino with oat milk.
Is that any good?
Really good.
Nice. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, no, I'm having an omelette, and I've got my brown bread and all the good stuff over here. My coffee is it's getting to the bottom. I'm hoping someone will come and refill that. But yeah, not bad. What was mine? What does yours cost?
$16.95.
Okay, yours was 16 and mine was 17 or 18, something like that. I guess it's reasonable. Gone are those days where you can get, well, you can still get breakfast for $5 if you know where to go. But yeah, what's interesting is the sign. That's a giveaway of how quiet this place is. It says open daily, 8 a.m. till late. I'm guessing they shut when there's no more action. And where I come from in the news, that is often about 9 o'clock. Yeah, they'd be shut by then. So what did you think?
It was great. Yeah, good breakfast. Yeah, nice people. Just everyone just chilling, relaxing. Good vibe in that place.
There was a very good vibe. I like the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice place. All right, we'll be back there again.
We will. Big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up for that one. Nice. Okay, off to the fish hatchery. Got to find my way out of here. Okay, tell me some more about your salmon stories up in Kitsault or Alaskan.
Kitsault. It was Kitsault.
Kitsault.
Yeah. Well, there was an old timer there called Ingi. I believe you met him at our wedding.
Yeah.
And he was an old Norwegian, and he used to make up. We caught a lot of flounder because we could catch a whole bucket full, which would feed us for a lot of time. And my dad preferred flounder to salmon. He would cure the salmon by smoking and salting it.
Oh yeah.
And then it had a really tough skin on it, so you could cut it up and use it as bait for catching flounder. So believe it or not, we used salmon to catch flounder.
Oh my God, that's the wrong way round. Flounder's like a flat fish. It's very slimy. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, and we were very naughty in those days. We would put like 3 or 4 hooks on a line with this salmon on it, and the fish would go crazy for it.
Yeah, I think you're only allowed 1 hook now.
We would fill the bucket in no time. My dad really didn't fish. It was us kids. We would just drop our hooks, and then he'd be taking all the fish off the hooks and rebaiting our hooks, and then back down again. And we would have food in no time, and then we would feed all the old timers. There was lots of these beautiful antique dinner plates we had in our house from some of the old houses that were abandoned, and we would run around as kids delivering cooked flounder to everybody to share. My mother would cook for all the old timers.
So what did you eat the salmon as well, or did you not eat salmon?
We didn't eat that salmon, no, but if we caught a salmon we would eat it in the river. My mom would cook it and eat it, but
that's odd. So you catch salmon in the ocean and you wouldn't eat it, but you catch salmon in the river when it's changed and it's sort of all manky and it's going upstream, and you eat it. I don't.
Well, it was very, very, like, it wasn't very upstream. It was pretty much at the mouth of the river.
Oh,
they weren't spawned. They were waiting to spawn. So they were.
This is a place called Kitsault.
Kitsault.
Okay,
yes.
so Kitsault, and then you also lived in Alaskan, which is not far away, right?
Exactly. So Kitsault was built after Alaskan. Alaskan was built probably in the 1800s from silver mining. People would go up there, and there were all these silver mining claims up there in the mid to late 1800s, and they had a lot of homes built on floats, so they would be able to float their home from one place to the next. And like the post office was on floats because it was on an inlet with a big floodplain where the river came out. So a lot of the buildings were on floats. It was amazing, like actual wooden logs, and your house would float when the tide came in and then go dry onto the mud flat when it was.
Okay, so it's an ocean that meets a river. That's what Alaskan is. It's literally, if I remember rightly from looking at maps, it's almost on the Alaskan border. It's still in British Columbia. It's not in the Yukon.
That's right. It's at the end of the Observatory Inlet, and yeah, it's very remote, but very beautiful. The scenery is stunning. Anyone who's ever been to Kitsault, they never forget it.
So something we have to worry about today is bears. Did you have any bears?
Yes, we had a lot of grizzly bears there.
They're quite dangerous ones, aren't they?
Yes, you had to be. I went everywhere with a whistle. I don't know what that would have done. I guess I could have whistled before it ate me.
Yeah, whistle the bear to you. Yeah, this is where I am.
Yeah, my father would always tell us make lots of noise when you go so that you don't startle them. So that, because generally they'll move away if they hear you coming. But on the river, you had to be careful. If you saw a grizzly on the river, they may consider you in their territory and they would attack. So my mother was washing our clothes at the river once, and a grizzly was there, and she just left everything backed away slowly and went straight back to the house. And then my dad went back with her to get the clothes, and he made sure he brought his rifle along.
Right. And you ran into a grizzly once, didn't you, or a bear cub or something?
It was a black bear, yeah, a small black bear. I was with my fishing rod talking to my brothers behind me, and my head wasn't looking forward. I had my head turned, and the bear didn't notice me. I didn't notice the bear. We bumped into each other. The bear took off one way and I took off the other, and my brothers were laughing their heads off, thinking that was pretty funny. See me run so fast.
So you were leading them, they were following?
Yep, they were following me on the way to the river with our fishing rods.
That's pretty brave of them.
Yeah, the black bears weren't an issue, but the grizzlies were definitely. My brother had a starter pistol until he was trained to use a rifle, and then he would quite often have the rifle.
Yeah, so we will just be looking at black bears today if there's any, but hopefully not, and we'll get to see the salmon. I'm going to use these things. I'm going to take both of these actually, and one of them I'm going to dip underwater and see if I can get a close-up of the salmon. But if I get pulled over by a fisheries inspector, I don't have a fishing license. I hope he doesn't think I'm fishing. I'm shooting them, sir. What? This is going to be a new... No, it's not going to be a new experience for you because you've done this before. But do you remember Palouse Falls in America, in Washington State, when we went there on this bike?
Yes.
Okay, what do you remember about it?
It was very gravel and rough.
Yeah, we were two up on dirt, weren't we? We were fully loaded down too, luggage and everything.
Yep.
And the bike handled it, but yeah, it made me realize it's not something I'd want to do two up on a V-Strom over dirt roads. Well, anyway, that's what we'll be doing today.
Okay.
But not that long, don't worry.
Okay, sounds good.
So here we go. These do tend to like to wash out, V-Stroms. The front end is not very stable on the dirt apparently, so and they can, yeah, it's not like my Husaberg.
Yeah, your Husaberg loves dirt.
So I've got a brand new front tyre on this too.
I seem to remember the Palouse Falls gravel was quite deep.
Yeah, do you remember the other thing at Palouse Falls that was interesting? There was a whole bunch of people stuck there. Why were they stuck there?
Because they were on they were driving Westies, which I wasn't quite sure what a Westie was until they let me know that it's a VW camper van.
Yeah, it was a VW camper van, and it was the air-cooled ones, and it was what, 44, 45 Celsius.
It was so hot.
And they had been stuck there because they literally could not run their camper vans because they were air-cooled. They just would seize or not work properly. So yeah, it was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I think this is where we go.
Okay.
Okay, all yours. You can get off when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. Before I take everything off the bike, let's go over and see if there's anything happening down there. See if there's any fish in this river. So yeah, the fish can't come up here because they've got grids. Well, that was a bust. Apparently no fish in the little Qualicum for 3 weeks, but the big Qualicum has lots. So we're going to go to the big Qualicum River Hatchery. All right.
Sounds like a plan. So you've tried catching salmon before. Tell us about your luck with catching salmon.
Well, I've only tried twice, I think, really. Sorry, no, I've only been successful twice. Once was with my brother, and we were out fishing in the mouth of Nanoose Bay by Winchelsea Island, and we were in the summer from England, and my God, the biggest fish I ever caught over there was a gudgeon. It was about the size of my pinky. And so I get this rod in the water, and it wasn't long before I felt one hell of a strike. I mean, we were in a little sort of 15-foot runabout boat, and it was, you know, not pulling the boat, but we were going in a direction this thing wanted to go in. So I started winding it up, and it was amazing. The fight it was putting up was incredible. And then suddenly there was an even bigger bang, and it was like, oh my god, this thing's got a real burst of energy. And I started to haul and haul, and then the line, it sort of came out of the water, and I followed where the line was above the water, and there was a seal. Is this it? Is this where we go? I think it is, yeah. There was a seal with my fish in its mouth, and it was a lovely, lovely big salmon, and it just bit it in half, and the head went with my hook in it, and the rest of the body sunk, and I pulled it in, and yeah, I mean, if I have to say so myself, this was probably a 15-20 pound salmon, a Chinook, black gums, I remember that, and that was it. We packed in. I was like, I cannot believe it. I am not having that.
So disappointing.
Boy, this bike is very washy on the front end when you get on this rolly gravelly stuff. Whoa, that was a close one. There we go, rolling off to the side there for a second. The other one was when we had that sailboat, and I put a rod out just in the hopes that we would catch something, and at the end of the day I wound the rod in, and there was this salmon about, I don't know, it wasn't very big, I'm guessing 5 pounds or something, and it was really undersized. You weren't allowed to keep it or fish for it, but anyway, we did eat it because it was a hell of a waste, and it was already dead. It had been dragged around all day long. So there are my stories. Is there another one you can think of, or is that have I covered it there?
I think you've covered it.
Yeah, a bit of a fishing disaster for me. Yeah. This is the best way for me to see salmon, because I'm not going to see them if I put a rod in the water. Guaranteed. All right, see you in a second. Hopefully some salmon. Oh, I got him snagged. What was it? What sort of pink?
Yeah.
Are they all pink coming up here, or are they?
No, actually that's a Chinook.
Chinook as well?
Yeah.
Very cool. So I saw all the fish down there below the bridge, and they can't get up, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, when they open the gate down below, then the fish come up here.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing will be come by here.
So they haven't opened the gates yet?
Not today. As far as we know, we've been here all day. We haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
This is the fish in
yeah.
That's the big pens.
Oh, they're taking them into the pens first. So they're milking them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then once they've got enough, they'll let the others through?
No, First Nations take 30%.
Okay.
And the other 30, and sports fishing get, that's the ratio.
30.
Count them all.
So,
If you come through the gate, you gotta count them.
so you get, oh I see, so they've got to count them before they decide how much to let up for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what goes on.
Okay, that's
Right
interesting
now,
to know.
They're working there today, right now, they're sorting fish right now.
Okay.
Inside. I want to see all the fish go around and go see the cement. It's probably full of springs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
Go right around there.
oh, you can?
Yeah, you can go right through there. Just go back the way you came over the bridge and then turn right and go right across to the center.
Okay, thank you. So those are pinks, right?
Yes, I think they're pinks, and then there's the one Chinook, I think.
One big Chinook is right there, somehow got mixed in with the pinks. Yeah, there's the big Chinook. So they're starting to count the fish as they come through. These are the small pinks. There's one Chinook stuck in here. I don't know if I can find him. I think he's up the other end. He's massive. And there's a different species of salmon, by the way, for those of you who aren't familiar. And they count them here, and the man was saying that they divide them 30% for the First Nations, 30% for the hatchery, and 30% for the sports fishermen. And don't know where the other 10% goes. Who knows? Maybe that's what they figure they lose. So yeah, these are the small pinks, and there's one big Chinook in here. The other Chinooks are in the other channels, which are over there. And then they release them, and the fishermen say that's when the good fishing starts. Okay, well, that was fantastic. Saw lots and learned lots.
What did you see and what did you learn?
The pinks are a lot smaller than the Chinooks. The Chinooks are monsters. And in fact, I got some filmage of a guy on the other bank catching what was, I think, a 15-pounder at least. Not huge for a Chinook, but big for me. I've only ever seen one 15-pounder caught. And yeah, he lost it, unfortunately. He had... He's got a big one. Yeah, he's huge. I just saw him come over here. Oh, too bad.
I need to get it like, I thought this was 20, I think it's 10.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I got to get on the pegs. This feels just very wishy-washy right now. And yeah, he fought it. I may have got some shots of it. It came right over to where my camera was, but looking at the footage, it wasn't great, the underwater footage from the GoPro. Well, we're off home now, so thank you for coming along with us, Blue Marble Riders, on this motorcycle ride on the V-Strom, which I must say is running like a peach. It's like a brand new bike. It's amazing. Actually got my first compliment in a long time. It was parked. I was in Parksville and I was going to pick up some paraphernalia to drain some oil from the Goodsea, because I was wondering if I'd put too much oil in it again. I put 3.2 litres. I decided to take 150-200 mils out of it because I didn't want to repeat the mistake that I and previous owners perhaps had made by overfilling it and getting oil in the airbox and then into the throttle body. So I went to this dollar store and I bought a soap dispenser, some zip ties, and one other item. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, as I was parking up the bike, this man comes to me and says, "What is that?" I said, "Oh, it's a Suzuki V-Strom." He went, "What? A Suzuki V-Strom? No, surely not." I said, "No, it is. Brand new, I bet." I said, "No, 2014. He went, "Oh, wow." I'm like, "Yeah, you had those blinders on, didn't you? You've been looking at your KTMs and your BMWs, and you are caught with your pants down, and you thought this was some sort of fancy new Euro bike, and no, it's Suzuki V-Strom." Yeah, I could see him thinking, "Oh, I think I'm going to go looking at those." He was really quite taken with it. So, hey, takes all. I think that's probably the third compliment I've ever had on the bike in its lifetime. So, there you go. Number 3. Anyway, thank you for coming along with us, Blue Marble Riders, and listening to our rambles. Hope you enjoyed this one. It's a new thing for us, where we have a bit of dialogue going on the bike. Not sure how well it worked out. Hopefully it did. If it didn't, well, I'll try again sometime soon. Until the next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up and all that stuff. Click on the bell. Yep. What else can I say? If you like Gold Top leather goods, you know, anything from Gold Top, click on my link in the notes below, and you will not be having to pay any more. You won't pay any more. You'll pay. And I'll get a kickback. That'd be great, because it'll certainly help me with the W650 project, which is super expensive. Wow. So yep. With that said, thank you very much, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is the Blue Marble Rider, left-handed salute, out.
Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. If this is the first time you've watched, please consider subscribing. I do product reviews, motorcycle reviews, off-road and on-road vlogs, as well as tours. Don't forget to follow me on social media, that's Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and to like, and especially, I'm begging you here folks, subscribe. This is the Blue Marble Rider, out.